Just to be clear, these 10 fragrances are not crap. They do not contain crap, and thus they will not be expelling crap of any sort as I wear them continuously through this summer season. I guess this is my top 10 summer niche list, which I haven't officially done in some time. These 10 fragrances are the niche fragrances that I plan to wear a whole lot this summer, and I've ordered them up roughly from some of my most featured fragrances to some of my least discussed ones, some of the newer ones to my collection. So what that really means is stay tuned to the end to get the really good stuff. If you want to see a designer version of this video, a more mainstream version, then make sure you like this video, leave a comment about something dealing with the video, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And I would love to see this video get at least 1,200 likes. That will tell me that you guys want to see a follow-up. So let me know. Let's dive right into it. This first one up here has been a long-time favorite of mine. This is from Roja Parfum, and this is called Oligarch. This is the Parfum version, and it's now called Isola Blu. It is effectively the same fragrance, just different marketing. I can't say that the scents are 100% identical, but it is the same scent DNA, scent personality, and vibes. So this fragrance is the perfect type of fresh fragrance to wear when you want to have more of a serious demeanor, when you want to have people taking you seriously, when you want to smell high class. This is a citrusy, fruity fragrance with a strong woody backbone. There's a lot going on. There's some richer elements to it, some green elements, some herbal elements, some florals, but it all comes together to be this strong, dry, woody, yet juicy, fruity, bright, citrusy fragrance that is perfect for the heat, day or night. I cannot recommend it highly enough, and I've been recommending it for a long time. So that is Oligarch. Once again, you'll find it under the name Isola Blu. I'm going to link down to a sample down below where you can check it out if you're interested, and let me know if you've tried it down in the comments. Next is a fragrance that you guys are probably sick of me talking about, but I talk about what I love on this channel. It's as simple as that, and I welcome you guys to try what I already enjoy if you feel so inclined. And this is one that I love. That's why it's here. It's L'Humaniste from Frapin. I love this fragrance. I loved it when I first smelled it many years ago. This is one of those fragrances that makes you smile. In fact, I feel like smiling right now. I don't know if I've smiled in this video yet. Ah, man. Yes.
This stuff is so beautiful.
So bright, so sparkling and uplifting. Mouth-watering, tart, juicy citruses. This sharp, gin-like freshness, like cold freshness from that juniper berry. It is a little bit herbal. So lovely. This is one of those like 5 to 8 hour fragrances. It's going to sit close to the skin after maybe about 2 hours. You're not going to smell it a whole lot. So you can spray a little bit heavier with it. You can spray your clothes. This is one for the daytime. This is daytime vibes, a little bit more casual, but still has a little bit of class to it because it's high quality. White t-shirt, maybe polo, not super serious here, not like Oligarch. This is not a fragrance you would wear when you need it all day. This is not the tool for that job. So if you're looking for that, look elsewhere. If you just want a pleasant scent that smells of great quality, that might elicit a positive emotional response for yourself and smell pleasant to other people just for a few hours while the sun is up, then here's one to consider. But this is what I'm wearing no matter what you decide to do. Let me know if you dig it. That is L'Humaniste from Frapin. I have touted this as one of my absolute top favorite fresh niche fragrances for the summer, and it still reigns supreme. Again, this is not an order of my least favorite to most favorite. This is mainly for you guys. I want to give you guys what I talk about the most first and then give you the newer stuff later. So this could be at the top of the list if I were ranking it by taste, but this is Renaissance from Xerjoff. I've loved this fragrance for about as long as I've loved L'Humaniste. I got a sample of this many years ago. I did a review from that sample. You can go check out that very mediocre but sincere and fun review if you go back on my channel. But Renaissance, again, still reigns supreme for me. This is one of the best citrusy minty fragrances that I've ever smelled. It is so smooth yet still sparkling. There is this lemon lime vibe. There's a fresh kind of green leafy minty quality all wrapped up in there, but behind that is this dense and powerful woody musky ambery base, and I think that is what allows this fragrance to actually persist. This is one of those fresher citrusy based herbal based fragrances that actually does not just disappear in a matter of hours. On my skin, this is an all dayer. I don't need it to be, but it can be should I want it for that purpose. But I'm usually wearing it in the daytime, and I might spray on something else later. I might shower, or I might just reapply it. It can work at night too. I think the base notes of it gives it this depth that just also works for a nice, warm, breezy summer evening. Easygoing, but luxurious all at the same time. That is Xerjoff Renaissance. Up next is another fragrance I've loved for a long time. This is one of the lesser talked about creeds. It's easily overlooked because it's very simple, doesn't really change a whole lot, not a whole lot of complexity here, and it definitely may not last a very long time, but I think the scent of it is absolutely beautiful and perfect the way it is. This is Original Vetiver. Original Vetiver is a clean, soapy green vetiver. Vetiver is known to be very woody, dry. It can be smoky, it can be leathery. So all in all, vetiver can be a little bit harsh, brash, edgy, no sharp edges here. Very smooth, again, clean soap. Smooth and creamy. I think there's maybe a sandalwood or ambergris base in there that gives it this musky roundedness. It's so smooth. Again, does not change a whole lot on the skin as it dries down. It remains pretty clean and smooth all the way through. You might get 5 to 7 hours if you're lucky out of this, but once again, I wear this for particular scenarios. I save it for more casual situations. When the sun is up, I only need a few hours out of it in that case, and that is what I get out of it when I wear it. I love it, and I'll be loving it a whole lot this summer. Let me know if you also enjoy Creed Original Vetiver. We got another simple one here, but this is simplicity with high quality, and I love that. I don't need the most complex, most artistic, interesting smelling fragrances to keep me interested, to suit my fancy. I just really look for quality more than anything. I look for thoughtfulness, something that's well composed, even if it comes off simple and familiar. Blue Agave from Precious Liquid nails it with this. On the surface, this is an easy to wear, clean, almost mainstream leaning fragrance profile. It smells a little bit aquatic. It smells kind of sweet and herbal. It's woody, maybe a little bit spicy. There's like this driftwood feel I get out of it. It smells kind of sexy, and this has actually been a compliment getter for me, and in a way that is very, very significant to me because it's been a compliment getter from my sister-in-law, Gabrielle. If you guys know Gabri, then you know Gabri is not easy to please as far as fragrances go. I'm gonna link up here to one of her most recent features on the channel. We need to get her back. But I've worn this around her, and she stopped in her tracks and was like, "Ooh, what are you wearing?" That is rare from her. So I made a mental note of that one. I love finding stuff that she actually likes to smell. Precious Liquid Blue Agave, perfect for summer, and I'm gonna be wearing the crap out of it. But once again, no crap in here. Here's another newer fragrance to my collection that's been getting quite a bit of play over the past several months. I can't get enough of this. It is deceivingly polarizing from what I've seen. There's some of you guys that can't stand the smell of this, but for whatever reason, this stuff just works for me. This suits me. This just resonates with my taste so strongly. Can't explain why. This tiny little bottle, I'm gonna put it over here in front of the white so you can see it better. This is Town and Country from Clive Christian. Simple scent profile. This is very musky. There's an ambergris note that's really up front here. I think that's what might rub people the wrong way. It can smell a little bit skin-like, and maybe some people don't like that. It envelops a slightly sweet clary sage, and there might even be some woods in here. It's fresh, a tiny bit sweet in this herbal way, and very, very musky, almost like salty sea air in a way, but does not smell aquatic. It is fresh, but it's so freaking classy. This is a gentlemanly fresh fragrance. In fact, it was known and I think claimed to be many, many years ago, of course, Winston Churchill's signature scent. So take that for what you will. If you want to have a distinguished vibe, this is a fresh fragrance that works really well for the evening time. So I might save it for that. And it's also one that surprisingly performs very well for me. This can easily last 10 plus hours. When I get through this tiny bottle, perhaps I'll upgrade to a larger one, but it's working for the time being. That is Town and Country from Clive Christian. Up next is kind of what I would call an Italian fougere. This is from Acqua di Parma. They call it Cipresso di Toscana. This fragrance surprised me. I did not expect to enjoy it as much as I do when I first got it a couple months ago. It's just so manly. This is daytime classy guy vibes, man. It's fresh and green, clean in this old school green woody cypress way. Cypress plays the main role as per the name here. Green, woody, dry, a little bit sharp. but there's a cleanliness here. It might be some lavender, keeping it almost a little bit soapy, kind of smooth and creamy in this way that reminds me of a fougere. A pretty light scent profile. You don't smell it a whole lot around you when you wear it. I catch whiffs of it here and there, but I actually find that it lasts on my skin longer than I would think. I was getting about 8 hours out of this fragrance each time I've worn it, and it just makes me smell and feel very masculine, very put together, very sophisticated, but in a not too serious way. This is, again, more daytime vibes. This is a classic. I think it's been around like 20 years or more. There's a reason for that. That is Acqua di Parma, Cipresso di Toscana, perfect for summer. Next one is from the house of Zaharoff. This is not the newest signature Frapin Blue, which I do enjoy and I will be wearing, but I'm still kind of wrapping my taste around that one. I have experienced it as something unique and different in the blue genre, but just still getting to know it, so more on that to come. But I have gotten to know this one a little bit more. It is the previous release and it captured my heart in a way I did not anticipate. This is Signature Bloom, and this is a white floral based fragrance, but it is perfectly masculine. It has this almost Italian style citrusy floral feel wrapped up in the Zaharoff signature DNA, and it is, again, white floral based, orange blossom, some jasmine, so there is this kind of posh, powdery, fresh floral feel to it that might not appeal to most of you, but what makes this pretty masculine to me is the resins. There's a resinous and incense quality behind this that keeps it a little dry, smoky, and gives it a lot of dimension and depth. So it's not your average just citrus, floral, neroli kind of vibe. No, there's a whole lot more to this well. It's way deeper. I love the way it dries on my skin. As the white florals start to fade after a few hours, I get a lot more of the incense and the woods, slightly sweet, brings a little bit of an intrigue to it, makes me feel enigmatic, but pleasant and light on my feet and just a delight to be around. Now, obviously, I can't say I'm a delight to be around. I hope people would think that, but at the very least, I know I smell great and I smell unique. So let me know if you dig Zaharoff's Signature Bloom. Not really getting that much talk since Frapin Blue came out. I think it overshadowed it, but check it out if you haven't. Up next is a fragrance that surprised me from another Italian house known as Giardini di Toscana. So Tuscany is really reigning supreme in this list. This is Colonia Nobile. This is a green citrus aromatic fragrance. Very green and herbal, a little bit citrusy, and there's this kind of ambery resinous feel as it dries down. That's the part I did not expect when I wore this. It gives it some legs, it gives it some depth and some width to it. It just smells classy, it smells clean and fresh, but it's something that you could wear into the evening time as it dries through the day, and I was getting some decent performance out of it in terms of longevity. I was loving it more and more. The opening is wonderful, the dry down even better. Let me know if you've tried this one. It doesn't get much talk, especially from this house. That is Colonia Nobile from Giardini di Toscana. And finally, this has to be one of the most exciting fragrances for me in this lineup. The brand offered to send me a bottle of something. I selected this one and I'm glad I did. I've already worn it quite a few times since getting it just a few days ago. I have to actually keep myself away from it, otherwise I'm just gonna burn through this stuff. This is from Ormonde, Montabaco, Intensivo. I could have easily chosen Montabaco Verano, which is wonderful. I will also be wearing that fragrance that might even suit the summertime even better, obviously as per the name, but this works just fine. Day or night, I might reserve Verano for the daytime, but this one I feel like I could wear day and night. It is that familiar Orman Jayne DNA. There is this musky, woody scent that kind of just surrounds you. It has a specific texture to it. It may not be the most natural thing, but it works. It smells of high quality and it smells iconic. It's this DNA that is a through line. It's a little bit citrusy, maybe some tart citruses like grapefruit or something in there. Bring a slight brightness, bring a feeling of cleanliness, but there's this very light, dry tobacco note that can work in the heat. There is this woodiness that is pretty robust, but without being too dry. I think it's ISOE Super, which does bring, again, this musky feel. It's dense and rich while being quite fresh. I find it to be long lasting. Again, this stuff has just been sweeping me away. I'll be wearing the crap out of Montabaco Intensivo from Orman Jayne. I'm going to link it down below if you haven't tried it and you're interested. Let me know what you think down in the comments. So once again, everything's linked down below. Once again, like this video if you want to see a follow-up in terms of the designer version. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.